What's the first thing you notice when you look at something new? Is it a color that catches your eye? Or maybe it's an interesting texture. In the African Art Gallery, you can see a lot of both. We're looking at a rare object that hasn't been on view in many years. This is a head post, or a baàthíl, from the Lobi community in Burkina Faso in West Africa. The first thing I notice when I look at this object is the contrast in color and texture. The top of the head post is darker and looks smoother than the bottom of the head post, which looks rough and has a lighter hue. That's because when a baàthíl was used, it was buried in an altar. So this part of the sculpture was actually covered and not meant to be seen. The head of the figure is darker due to the materials that were applied when a mealcore priest would interact with the altar. And a mealcore priest was a part of a group of diviners that were masters of Kele, a powerful spirit. This was a very sacred object, and there were strict rules for its creation and its function. The sculptor was required to use a specific type of wood, and their identity must be kept secret in order to protect them from spiritual forces. When the keeper of the altar passed away, the baàthíl was no longer considered sacred and typically buried underground. The Lobi peoples believe that the dead can influence the living. Every person is born with a spirit called Tu, and when a person passes away, their spirit lives on. If a person passes away from unnatural causes, their spirit contains Kele, a powerful negative force. A baàthíl counteracts Kele. They were more common in the early 20th century, and while they are less common today, they are still used, but for different reasons. One reason is to heal those suffering from malnutrition. Sometimes when we spend longer looking at an object, we notice things we didn't see before. And sometimes bits of information can help us see an object in a new way. Now that we've had a little bit of time to look at this baàthíl and hear a little bit more about its purpose, what do you see or think that's different than before? Thank you, and please visit this object in person in Gallery 108A. You can learn more about this object and reserve your free tickets in advance at cma.org.